This is my 9th video, and having reflected on all those videos, I appear to have two different styles. One style is a more thought through philosophical thing. Oh, there we go, a philosophical thing, where there's a message that's been weaved in the narrative. There's a golden thread. And the other one is almost like an off-the-cuff, where an off-the-cuff type of movie where I'm gabbling, ready, aim, fire, that type of thing, you know, where I'm just talking to the camera with no real purpose, no real meaning, but there is some form of purpose, meaning to it, although sometimes it doesn't feel that way, particularly to me. And I want to continue with both. I like doing both, and I think the golden thread narrative, well, you see, for me, that's been thought through. That I've sometimes written it down. I've sometimes, the journey it takes me to get there, I'm thinking of what I want to say. So when that speech happens, it kind of flows well. After one or two takes, that's generally about all I require, and it's easier to edit. It's great. Well, of course, I like the effect of the off-the-cuff video where there's lots going on, there's lots for me to film, particularly of the boatyard and stuff like that, and I just like it. I think that mix kind of works. But sometimes when I go to the boatyard, I struggle to know what to say because I don't know what I'm going to find, and then sometimes I put other stuff in there like bike ride, run, or whatever it is, or going to see windmill things. That adds a little bit of interest, yeah, which kind of pads out the 10-minute video. That's the hope. Anyway, after chopsing off on episode 4 about saying my car never breaks down, it broke down. It broke down on my way to see the boat being lifted off the transporter. You know, if you break, I've never broken down on the side of the road. You know, I managed to get to the boatyard. I heard whatever it was. It's kind of like, ooh, there's a sudden dip in power of the engine, and then after about a minute, perhaps the battery light come on. I thought, oh. I phoned up the breakdown service. "Oh, we'll be there shortly," he says. Now, shortly generally means, you know, when you're on the side of the road, shortly means about 2 hours. So I was thinking, fantastic. I've got a couple of hours here, so I can do a bit of filming, get the car on the back of the transporter, and then wander back home and drop the car off at the garage. Arrived in 20 minutes. When he said he'd be there shortly, he was actually there shortly. I didn't need that. But what a lovely bloke, you know, he allowed me to do a bit of filming. I said to him, "Mate, can I?" "Yeah, of course you can, crack on." He said, "It's interesting, this, isn't it?" It is. Boat up in the sky, wander waving about, that's great. And then it's, you know, it's docked for a short time until the fit out's completed. 20 minutes, eh? "I'll be there shortly," and he was. Anyway, the boat's at the Fit Out Pontoon. Roll the VT. So we're playing a little bit of Tetris because this boat here is just about, today is going to get launched. Isn't that typical? Well, it's floating and it's moving about. So these are my ballast bricks, and I've said to Mark I want to do some of this bonding with the boat, and you know I want to put the bricks in the boat and all that sort of stuff. I might regret that later on. I've got a bit of a dodgy back, but that's how life goes, isn't it? So each one of these packs, each one, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 packs, and they're 110 kilos each. That's a fair old bit of weight, isn't it? That's me being busy for next week. I mean, in this place here is where the all the carcasses of the kitchen units and the kitchen units, the bathroom units, the bedroom units, the cupboards, and all that sort of woodworky type stuff. Well, that goes on in there. Right, which bit of wood do I need? Just too much going on here. I do. The old Christmas tunes are playing. Can never find anything I want. I know it's signposted, but I still can't find it. Ugh. This is what I'm after. Some of this treatment stuff. must be a nice shade of brown. Oh, job done. Ish. Get in. This bit of a storm we've had. I'm shit at this. Bobby Dazzler. Some of you may be saying, or have said, why don't you do the interior fit out yourself? Well, now you know why. I'm just not very good. I mean, let's face it, that part of the fence is not going to fall down. I mean, it was kind of bowing in the middle. The recent wind we had kind of, you know, it was cracked in the middle from the wind. I ain't going to move now, but it doesn't look right. And I think that's if I was to build my own boat, do the interior fit out myself, it would last, just wouldn't look very good. Do for now till next year, see how it goes, see how it weathers during the winter, and then next week more stuff on the boat. See you next week.